Hi, everyone. I'm not sure how many people are listening to this right now because there was no heads up for this live stream. It didn't go up on the channel. This stream didn't go up on the channel saying starting in 15 minutes or in an hour. There was no tweet about it or anything like that. It just started out of the blue. So whoever just so happens to stop by, stops by. There was no warning that there was going to be a stream. I just opened it up and started it. I didn't say it will start soon. I just started it right now. So whoever stops by is here. And that includes the memes of destruction. Zell? I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say that either. Dylan. My name Bob. Well, thank you, Bob. Cameron. Morocco. Hey, man. Jacob. RB. Morocco again. Morocco, what did you say? This will be your last stream that you're a member. Well, I regret hearing that, Morocco. You don't have to explain. Certainly not in this live stream, in public. And if this really is your last live stream as a member, then it doesn't really make any difference whether you explain it or not. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Jonathan, Jarrett, Thunderstar, Britannia, yo. Hello, everyone. How are you? Jen Trollololol. Well, I don't know what your real name is, pal, but I like the name you're going with. Generation Trollololol. Happy New Year, Yabooma. Love your vids. Well, thank you, Jen. Trollololol. That's an awesome name. But seriously, thank you very much for saying that. This is and naturally, this is the last Sunday of 2019. It is, in fact, the last stream of the 2010s. And if you're wondering why the name of this stream is what it is, it's not really a big deal. I tweeted something a few days ago, something like that, a little before or after Christmas, that the way to describe this decade, or the way to identify it, or to label it, would be to say 2010s. Not what a lot of other people say. A lot of people describe or identify this decade as the 2010s, or 2010s. Now, we're not going to agree on this. I know this is a very important issue that we've all been scrambling to weigh in on. I know. Chances are most of you don't care. But I didn't know what else to call this stream. It is the last live stream of the year, and this is the last year of the decade. And we can't agree on how exactly to describe it. So obviously that's fodder for a channel like this. Suffice it to say, something doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be a deal. You don't have to care about anything at all to argue about something, do you? The answer is no. It helps, but it's not a prerequisite. And sometimes your best stuff happens when you don't care about the subject. I don't know why that is. Now, here is a comment from... Oh, by the way, before I forget, as many of you already know, I'll say it for those who don't, I'm going to keep my eye on the chat the whole time for as many good questions and comments and arguments as I can, but any comment in the super chat is guaranteed a reply. Also, this live stream today is not going to be as long as they usually are. Typically, they're about an hour. This one's only going to be about a half an hour. The reason why is because it is still the holidays. I'm still not in my regular work schedule, and there was no members-only live stream last week, and I felt really bad about that. So there's a members-only live stream set up and scheduled for let's see, for about 25 minutes from now. So we'll make the most of the time we have together. I'm sorry it won't be for longer, but I did the best I could with the time I had. So I hope you understand. You got 25 minutes to to type OK Boomer. Go. Okay, here is a comment from BossTuber87. And he or she says, 13 stripes of flag are the percentage of blacks? 50 stars. Uh-huh. Well, yeah, fun fact, 13% of the American population are black. I never quite connected that with the number of stripes on the flag before, which represent the number of original colonies. There were no more colonies after the Revolutionary War. The number of American colonies. So, yeah, fun fact. Very fun fact. Weird fact, but thank you all the same for the £2. That makes it even funnier. This person's not from America, and they made that comment. Thank you. All right. Now, let's see here. There's a name that a lot of people keep typing over and over again. Oh, no, never mind. It's not. It's the same person. Somebody keeps typing something over and over and over again. That person better knock it off, or I'm just going to remove them from the chat, because that looks like spam to me. Okay, Xavier. Oh, by the way, since we what? Who is? How do you pronounce that? Yurtau? I don't know how to pronounce that. Will somebody please explain who this person is that people keep mentioning in the chat? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. I wish I did. I never like outing myself anywhere on the internet as not knowing something that a lot of other people seem to be in on, but I can't help it. Did I miss a super chat? I don't know. Somebody please explain what that's all about. Xavier, off topic, but thoughts on the new age to get tobacco products? I didn't know the age was changed. Could somebody please tell me kindly? Don't waste any money in the super chat. Just like 45, 50 people say what the new age to get tobacco products are, and then I'll see it. My thoughts on it changing at all? I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, I'm not sure if it. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. Did it go up or down? Is it now higher or is it lower? If it's higher, I guess I disagree with that, because I thought it was 18, and that's when you become an adult, and at that point you should be able to make your own decisions. But if it was lowered, I'm surprised that happened. But at the same time, if a teenager wants to obtain something that's not good for them, they tend to find a way. Whatever it may be, whether they have older siblings or parents who don't care, or they steal it, which I'm not advocating, of course. But the point is that if teenagers are not allowed to buy beer, they get their hands on it, they drink it. So I guess I guess it doesn't really make a difference at the end of the day. I don't know. You're asking me about something I've never thought about. I didn't even know it happened. And if I consult with the chat now, what is it? It was raised? The age to buy tobacco was raised? I thought it might have been lowered. I thought that was more plausible than it being raised. It was raised to 21. Okay, all right. I don't agree with that. If you become an adult at 18, and you do, then it's your lookout. I'm just giving you my opinion. You asked for my opinion, and you got it. I have the same attitude about beer. Are you an adult? Yes or no? If you are, then you should be able to purchase anything you want. At least something that is legal to buy at all. Unlike something like cocaine, that's illegal. You can't legally purchase that anywhere. But if anyone can legally purchase something, 18 ought to be the age. You're an adult. I don't know. That's the extent of my opinion. I don't have anything more to say beyond that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Xavier. I don't really care. I don't use tobacco products, so personally it doesn't affect me. I'm also not younger than 21, so it doubly doesn't affect me. But thanks for putting that on my radar. Thunder Thought. I never understand this. I'm not against it, but I don't understand why. Thunder Thought, why would you why would you spend $4.99 of your own hard-earned money just to put a funny face in the super chat? I repeat, I'm not against it. But I don't understand why you would do it. Well, hey man, I'll do the best I can. As I said, every comment in the super chat is guaranteed a reply. I can't actually reply to what you said because you didn't say anything, but I did read your name and I did mention how much you gave, and I can thank you. And I can wish you a happy new year. How do you like that? Thunderthought, in all seriousness, thank you. And for those of you who just stopped by this stream recently, this is obviously the last Sunday of the year. It's the last live stream of the year. Unless I change my mind and decide to do a random one on New Year's Eve, but I don't quote me on that. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Most likely this is the last live stream of the year. And there's no new video, there's no topic particular to talk about. We're just hanging out and we're enjoying each other's company for a little while. The stream is only gonna last for another 15-20 minutes or so that I can jump over to the private members only live stream afterwards. So this is just it's just pretty laid back compared to all the other, especially compared to all the other ones. Right now we're just hanging out. And if you want to argue over anything, consult the title. We can argue over which is the proper way to describe this decade. Is this the 2010s or the 2010s? It is the furthest thing from important, but hey, I think it should be called the teens. So if you have a counter argument, fire away. Let's see, who's next? Now I'm just seeing all the ages that people put when I asked to tell me what the age to buy tobacco was changed to. And most of them are accurate. Some people said 31, some people said 69. Some people said 420. Already har. Did I miss a super chat? Oh yeah, you bet I did. I missed more than one. Let's see, where are we? I'm lost. Okay, here we are. Serenity Wilson. Hey, Serenity. I haven't heard from you in the last few streams we've done here. Now, here you are filling me in more on the tobacco situation. Now, it's been changed to 21 for alcohol and tobacco products. I see. You have to be 21 to purchase alcohol and tobacco products, 18 years old to vote, and 17 to die for your country. I don't agree with it. It doesn't make sense to me. I would like to know. Unfortunately, and it is unfortunate, I don't know the arguments in favor of this. I don't know what the arguments are in favor of having the age to buy alcohol and tobacco 21 as opposed to 18. I wish I did know the arguments, especially because I don't agree with the conclusion. But I don't. I never really bothered to do any research on that, to really do a deep dive on why 21 is the age for alcohol and now tobacco. I guess the reason why is because it doesn't mean much to me. I don't use tobacco products. I barely drink, so I just don't care personally. But as a matter of principle, I'd like to read into that. Thank you, Serenity Wilson, for making that point. And you did make a point, at least you implied that you don't agree with this. And if you don't, then you and I agree. Now, here is a comment from EVKLI. How do you pronounce that? And he or she says, "Hey man, your Pennsylvania Station video was genuinely touching." Well, thank you. I never know what to say other than thank you when people say that. Thank you. And then he or she asks, "Are you considering doing more videos of a similar style/tone/subject?" You know, if you asked me that when the video came out, I would have said no or I don't know. But you're asking me now, and the answer now is yes. Should I tell you this? I haven't mentioned this. I have not mentioned this in public at all yet. And it's kind of clumsy to do so here in a live stream, I guess, as opposed to a tweet or a video that I publish. But I think I want to make a second channel where I make more other videos like that, because as much as I like to argue, I'm also a history junkie. I have such a large appetite for history. And not to disparage any other content, not to disparage everything else I've ever done on this channel, but I really liked making the Pennsylvania Station video. It was not just a change of pace. I didn't just like it because it was something different. I liked it just because I like doing it. I like putting together sort of a miniature documentary. So I think I want to make a second channel where I just put stuff up like that every now and then. I still like arguing. I still like what I do here. But I guess I had to spill the beans in this stream because someone asked about it. You asked about it, however you pronounce your name. Can I just call you Link? Link asked, so this was my chance to say, are you considering doing more videos of a similar style? Yes. They just won't be on this channel. I like the idea of a channel having an identity, having a format, being a brand. So there won't be any more videos like that on this channel. But there will be on a second channel. And for those of you who want to ask, when are you going to make it? What's it called? Where is it? When are you going to put something up? I don't have the answer to those questions yet. You can ask them, but I can't indulge. So please don't ask those questions in the super chat because I don't have the answer. Nevertheless, thanks for asking that question, and thanks for saying that you found that video touching. Kind of redundant for me to say that I find it touching, that other people find it touching, but I do. Susan Boots says, counter arguments age exposed. 11. Yeah, I'm an anomaly. My voice dropped at age 8. It's incredible, man. Or age, I should have said 6. That this channel's going to be 5 years old next year. Okay, here is another comment from Generation Trollolololo. Again, I love that name. Who says in quotes, "No need to super chat," close quote. He. I'm not wasting. It's an investment in the entertainment industry. Why would you spend $4.99 of your own money? Okay, boomer. I'm sorry. Was that a boomer piece of advice? Don't waste your money on a funny face. I said I had nothing against it. I just didn't understand it. I have no objection. Look, I'm the one receiving the money. Why would I say no? Don't do that. Although I do understand that expressing that you don't understand practically anything when you're on the internet is a boomer, quote-unquote boomer thing to do. So you got me there. I liked it, though. I thought it was cute. If you guys really, really want to be given an opportunity to say, okay, boomer, how about this? Why don't you kids get off the TikToking thingy and get a job? Just walk on down and ask for it, or fill out a paper application. And make sure to buy a house soon so you can pay it off sooner. There are jobs everywhere. Get married young, too. College isn't that expensive. I don't even think you need to go to college to get a good job. Do you need to go to college to be an engineer or a doctor? I don't know. I don't know about that. All right, are you happy now? Let's hear it. Come on, guys. Say okay, boomer. I gave you more than enough chances. Okay. Is anybody going to say okay, boomer? I got nothing after all that, after that whole shtick. Oh, that's right. There's a bit of a delay. There we go. Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer. What? Your tomato video described something that had been trying to argue for so long, and it helped me so much. Said Nick. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Nick. Glad to hear that a video I made helped you out, but which video are you talking about? Your tomato video. Did I make a video about a tomato? Wouldn't I know? These are all good questions. or at least I hope they are. Okay, boomer, boomer, okay, zoomer, okay. No millennial? Great. How did you, and on a serious note, somebody's asking when there's going to be a vlog channel. Never. In all seriousness, though, how did you guys like my stereotypical boomer impersonation? Was it good? Did you like it? I mean, I know you didn't like it. You didn't like hearing anyone saying those things. But what'd you think? Was it good? Was it okay? 5 out of 10? Let me know. I am not a professionally trained actor. I just like making myself laugh. I'm very good at that. I don't mean to brag. I can crack myself up. Okay, Serenity Wilson again. Serenity Wilson, you said you missed the last live stream and the one before. That my keyboard was half broken so you couldn't type. Oh, your keyboard was broken. Or is half broken and you couldn't type much. Only half of your keyboard was working. How did that happen? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that any part of your keyboard wasn't working. Wish I could become a member, but can't figure it out. You can't figure it out? Well, darn it. I'm sorry to hear that too. I'm more sorry to hear that. Unfortunately I don't know how to help you because I myself am not a member of any channels. I manage a channel where people are members of, but I never went through the process of becoming a member of a YouTube channel. So unfortunately, I don't know how to explain the process to you. Well, look, all of human history is on the internet, so all I can recommend is to read an article, a YouTube blog or article that explains it, or watch a tutorial video about how to do it. If you really want to be a member of this channel and you can't figure it out, that stinks. I wish you luck, Serenity Wilson. I would love to see you in the... I mean, just as an example, I would love to see you in the members-only live streams, which is going to start in about 5 to 10 minutes. I said this was going to be a short stream, and I'm sorry. I for those of you who missed it when I said it at the beginning of the stream, I only have... it's still the holidays, and I only have so much time to play with, so I'm working with what I've got. So this is going to be a shorter stream than usual. I am sorry, but I'm glad at least that I was able to stream it all. Oh, the Central Railroad of New Jersey was a fascinating story. Well, I'll be looking that up. Thank you, Farkas. Let's see. Thunderstar says, what year did the decade start? 2011 or 2010? Well, that's a good question, Thunderstar. And this is a good fodder for an argument in and of itself. What is the first / last year of a decade? I used to think that the first year of a decade, or to use this decade as an example, I used to think the first year of this decade was 2011. Just as I would thought that the first year of the 2000s was 2001. Why? Because it was my understanding that the first year ever was 1. That the year 1 was the first year, and that the year 10 was the 10th year, and the year 100 was the 100th year. But there's a counter-argument, as there always are, as there always is. As there always are? Could that sentence make sense? Anyway, the counter-argument is that the first year was not 1. The first year was 0. Which might seem a little absurd on its face, but, here is the example that the people who make that argument cite. How old are you when you're born? Are you 1? No, you're 0. And even better, the Gregorian calendar, which is supposed to be based on, supposed to be founded on the birth of Christ. Apparently, it's been 2019 years since Christ was born, and that's when the Gregorian calendar begins. That just supports the case. If our calendar is the number of years since Christ was born, and since people who are born are not 1, they're 0, that would mean the first year was 0. If you do the math, that means the first year of this decade was 2010. The first year of the 2000s was 2000, and the last year of the 2000s was 2009. The first year of this decade would be 2010, and the last year would be this year. And it kind of makes everything a little easier, at least on the eyes, because, I mean, what do I mean by that? What do I mean it's easier on the eyes? Don't you think it would be kind of weird if the last year of the 90s was 2000? Wouldn't that be a little odd if the last year of the 80s was 1990? If the last year of the teens was 2020? It is easier on the eyes to see the year 2000 and say, these are the 2000s. Or to see 2020 and say it's the 20s. So why not? I'm just going to go with that. As far as I'm concerned, the first year of this decade was 2010, and this year, 2019, is the last. That's good enough for me. I see I've kicked up a ton more OK Boomers, which is just fine with me. I'm not sure exactly what I said that caused that to happen, but it's all right. Are you guys still responding to my boomer impersonation from earlier? Tanner Wilcox says, I bought a house at 24 and my grandma was very against it. History is interesting, says, oh, KKK, boomer. I love it. I love it. Okay, corpse. All right, guys. Let's take a few more comments, and then I got to get going because I've got to host a members-only stream after this, and it's scheduled for now. So I'll be a few minutes late, but it's okay. Xavier again. What did you say? Space Force was made in the same bill that raised the tobacco age. What? Interesting times right now. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's really a sign of these times, because the government's been doing that forever, throwing in other issues with bigger bills, bundling them together. That's been happening since forever. But that is weird. That is the idea anyway, not the practice. Like I said, this is just the way the federal government works. It's screwy. But the idea that raising the tobacco age would be passed because it was mixed in with the Space Force. Yeah, you know what, Xavier, on second thought, I see why you said interesting times right now. Yeah, it is interesting that we live in an era when that would happen, when there would be such a thing as a Space Force. I mean, what a silly notion. Here we are trying to extend our military into outer space, and we can't even agree on whether or not the age at which you become an adult is an appropriate age to let people put into their bodies what they want to put into their bodies. I wish we had our priorities straightened out, but we don't. We're going to travel into outer space, but we can't agree at what age you should adopt personal responsibility for yourself. I get it. Alcohol is not good for you. Tobacco is not good for you. In a perfect world, nobody would consume it. But at what age are you responsible for yourself? I say when you become an adult. Whatever. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't use tobacco products. I barely drink. This doesn't affect me at all. Oh, by the way, what are some of your arguments as to which year should be considered the first of a decade and which should not? Somebody thinks who disagreed? Moonlord said 2010 to 2019. Somebody else said 2011 to 2020. Okay, fair enough. Very quick, if anyone wants to, You have 1 minute left to explain to me why so many people were saying bruh earlier. Because I don't get that. I don't know what that was all about. I'm sure I'll understand it as soon as somebody explains to me. But I've got to get going to the members only stream. Oh, Xavier, you just became a member. Thanks, man. I wish I could give you a high five. As corny as those things are, I wish I could, but I can't because we're communicating through the internet. Thank you, Xavier. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I got to skedaddle. I promised the members of this channel, not all members, that is members at the desk level and up, of course, that there would be a members-only live stream because there wasn't one last week, and I've got to make it this week because it's the last Sunday before the new year. John Dawson, 1990 to 1999, 2000 to 2009, 2010 to 2019, etc. Yeah, John, I'm with you. I can't claim that, again, I can't really claim that this is an important issue, but it's one that we can argue about. Somebody pointed out that 2010 to 2020 is 11 years, not a decade. That's correct. RB, thanks, RB. I'm sure the bras were just a response to someone vibe checking someone else. All right, whatever. All right, if anyone here is a member of this channel at the desk level or higher, head on over to the community tab. You'll find a link to the members only live stream. I'll see you there. Serenity Wilson, the year 0 was the first year. Happy New Year. Serenity Wilson, Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to Xavier. Happy New Year to Generation Troll. Happy New Year to all of you guys. And if you agree with me and everyone who thinks that this decade began in the year 2010, Happy New Decade. And if you don't agree with that, I take it back. But to close out on a sincere note, I really hope you guys have had a good year this year. I hope, all things considered, this decade was good for you, that you grew, that you found some success, and people that you love and want to be around. And if you have it, I hope you find it next year. Basically, I just hope you're doing well in this life. I don't know any of you guys personally, but I still hope that you're doing well. And if you're not doing well, that you find out how to pull things together and experience some success and some happiness in the year and the new decade to come. That's all I got. I can't. It may just be a load of cliches, but I really mean it. I hope you guys are happy and you had a happy year this year and a happy new year in just a few days. So Godspeed, everyone. I hope to see you all next week, next Sunday that is, for another live stream. It'll be a new year, arguably a new decade. But for now, Happy New Year. I hope you guys are happy and doing well. And I hope that everyone you know is doing well as well. I'll see you next year. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. It means a lot. Okay, just end the stream already. Godspeed.